Hi friends, this is Yamuna once again from IELTS Grammar, and in today's video I'll share with you 1-minute templates for your IELTS essay writing tasks. If you want to crack your IELTS, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates. Hey friends, it's so amazing to see you again on my channel. But before I proceed, I would like to request you to please hit the like button and surely the subscribe and bell icon, because that will encourage me to make more videos. I'll know that you're liking the content and you're gonna keep coming again and again, and so I'll keep making more and more videos for you. So please ensure you do that, and also stay tuned till the end, because I'm gonna reveal some amazing insights on how you can make the best use of the first minute when you receive your IELTS Writing 1 and Task 2 questions. So now I'm going to share with you a wonderful essay plan that can really help you score great marks in your writing task 1. So just remember, this first 1 minute can either make or break your answer. So make sure you really put in your full attention and give in your best. So what you need to do first when you receive your question, so I'm talking now about writing task 1 for academic. When you receive your question, first you have to understand what the question wants you to do. Try to understand the demand of the question. In writing task 1 of academic, generally you need to summarize the information that is given in the charts or the bar graphs or the tables. So whatever figures are there, you need to summarize the key features and give the main trends that are relevant and any similarities if you can see. So what you need to do first, in your first 1 minute, first make an essay plan. So your template will be, step 1 will be your introduction. In the introduction, you have to reword the question. So make sure not to just copy paste the question, because you're not going to gain any marks for that. So paraphrase the question, just reword it. And your step 2 will be your overview. So in the overview, you have to study the graphs or the tables or the charts, whatever is given to you, and draw out the main feature. What is the key feature in these charts? What is the one feature that completely stands out? So you have to note that and use it in your paragraph 2, which will be your overview. In your paragraph 3 or your step 3, it will be your body. And in that you have to draw out the similarities, the main features, the key trends that you are seeing within, or something that is prominent. So you have to include some figures as well. So just try to compare and see that in which year, which figure was prominent and how is it different to the other one. So like that, you don't have to note all the figures, but something that always stands out. So that way in 1 minute you'll be able to structure your answer, and the rest you just now have to write down your paragraphs one after another and leave the last 1 or 2 minutes to recheck, and in that way in 20 minutes bang on. So now I'm going to give you an exercise which you need to complete in 1 minute. So I'll be giving you a task 1 academic question which will just follow, and I'll be giving you as well a minute in which you need to make a template or an essay plan. And put that in the comments below, and I will personally review and give you feedback. So here we go. So, well done if you have completed the assignment for writing task 1 academic. Now I will move on to writing task 1 for general training. Now that question would ask you to write a letter. So it can be a formal letter, a semi-formal letter, or an informal letter. So just make sure you understand the difference between these three and choose your style accordingly. The main details remain the same, that it's for 20 minutes and you need to write 150 words minimum, and it is 1/3 of your score. Now let's move on to the template that you need to follow. So in your first 1 minute, once you've read the question, now you would be making 3 paras. First will be your introduction. In your introduction, you will just, whatever the question demands, you will just give a gist of what you're going to write or just give a background. In your part 2 of the template would be the body of the letter. So that will contain all the details explained, any specific numbers, any address, any dates, any things, which you need the opposite person to know. So that will be covered in part 2. So just write all those details down. In part 3 of your template would be the conclusion. So that will be a summary of your entire letter. What is the key feature, anything that you want the person to know, or you want the person to be aware of, or if you're grateful for something, or if you appreciate something, you write that in your para 3. And that way, in 1 minute, your answer is ready, and now the rest of the minutes you just have to word your answers accordingly. If you follow this template and you have a structure ready before you attempt your answers, trust me, you will gain a lot and you will save a lot of time. All right, so please follow it. So now that you have understood the template for writing task 1 general, I'm going to give you an assignment. So in the following slide, I will be giving you a sample question from a writing task 1 general training format, and you have to give me a 1 minute template or an essay plan in the comments section below. I'll review and give you according feedback so that you can improve and give in your best. So here you go. So, how did you go with that assignment? I look forward to reading your answers. Now we will move to task 2. And in this, I would be giving you a general template which you can use for general training or for academic. Now in writing task 2, it will give you different types of questions. Now sometimes you will be asked to say, they will just give you a topic and you have to say whether you agree or you disagree. Or they will ask you what are the problems and what are the solutions, or they will ask you, what are the benefits or what are the drawbacks, or they will just ask you for your opinion. So there will be different types of questions. So when you get your writing task 2, try to understand first what is the demand of the question, what they want you to write. Don't make the mistake of writing an agree or disagree question and confuse that with an advantage or a disadvantage question. There is a subtle difference. So read the question thoroughly. Now, a common template that you can follow in this first 1 minute that will be really helpful is it's first divided into 5 steps. Now, in your step 1 or part 1, you will write an introduction. In that introduction, you would first give a general or a neutral statement about the question. You're not taking any sides, just a background statement. And then you would reword the question. So whatever the question is, just use different words, paraphrase it and write it. and that will comprise of your first para, which is the introduction. So introduction, just write some key points that you're going to include. Then you will go to para 2, which will be your body. Now in that you would first talk about what the question is. So whether if it has any problems or if it has any disadvantages, or whether you agree for something, you mention that. Then in your body 2, you would explain, in the part 3, you would explain steps like something you disagree with, or something which is a disadvantage, or something which could be the solution to a problem that you mentioned below. So in your next para, you would include that. In your following para or part 4, you can give your own opinion of what you feel is okay for this situation. What are your thoughts? Any examples? Try to include examples in all the paras. So just any example that you remember, just note the key point so you don't forget it while you're writing the answer. So any example. And part 5 would be your concluding para. So you would just give a summary of what you have written and just, in a very nice diplomatic way, just give your opinion. You shouldn't be very harsh that I feel this is wrong and I feel this country is wrong, because that will sound very, not very palatable. But you have to make the essay in such a way that it sounds very, that it shouldn't appear that you're taking sides of a particular country or you're defending, a particular nation or whatever the question is all about. So just be very neutral in your conclusion as well, but do give your opinion that I still feel da da da. And sometimes you will just need 4 paragraphs. Now I've given you a template of 5, that is if you want to write more, if you have more ideas, you can write it in 5 paras, but sometimes you can just do it in 4 paras as well. If the question has not got too many advantages or disadvantages or drawbacks, it's just about your opinions, then it'll be a little bit of a shorter answer. So you can adjust the template as per the question, but the bottom line remains that always try to put one idea in one para and move on to the next idea in the next para, because then you're maintaining a proper structure. It's formed in a logical, coherent way, and that will help you to get good marks as well. So follow this pattern, and I'm sure it's the best way for you. So now I will be providing you with a sample question. You will have 1 minute to review the question, and in that time you also have to prepare a template after reading the question and put that in the comment section below. I will personally review and give you the feedback. So here's your task. So my dear friends, how did you go with that assignment? I'm sure you enjoyed it, and I will equally enjoy reading and assessing it, and I'm looking forward for that. So please do write your answers in the comments. Now I will share my personal experience, as I promised in the beginning of the video, with you, and I hope this will inspire you and motivate you in your IELTS writing journey as well. So when I was preparing for my IELTS writing test, I did a lot of practice tests, as in whatever questions were there. I made essays for all of them. I made essay plans for all of them. That really helped me to be prepared for the different type of questions that you can expect. It also increases your speed of writing, your flow of thoughts get more synchronized. So it is an advantage if you practice more and more. So my personal tip is do practice questions, all the different types of questions. But the one mistake which I did, I don't want you all to repeat it. Now, when I got my questions for the writing task 2, I made a very nice structure. I made a template and wrote everything down. But I don't know, because of nervousness or just because of being over prepared, I actually mistook the agree or disagree question to be an advantage or a disadvantage question. So while I was structuring my essay, I didn't realize that, okay, maybe, there is a mistake. I didn't pay much attention. So that is my number one tip to you all. Pay attention to the question. Whatever the question asks, make sure you do that. Don't interpret what the question may be. Just follow what's given to you. If it's asking you for an advantage and disadvantage and your opinion, just do that. Don't go around the bush. Anyway, so I did that mistake in the beginning, but when I started to write the answer, I read the question again and I realized, oh, actually I'm trying to write a different answer for a different question. Now, luckily, because I practiced well and I'm naturally blessed with a free flow of thought, so I can structure answers very quickly, and I also have a good speed in writing. So I was able to, correct wherever I made some mistakes, and that way, before the time got over, I was able to provide a good answer. But that cannot be the case for everyone. For some people, they need some time to think for the answer. You might not be very quick in thinking of the topics or your thoughts or your answer for the question. So to avoid that last minute chaos, just make an essay plan, read the question very carefully. That's my personal tip to you. And if you follow that, if you understand the different types of questions, and if you understand what kind of question now you have received and what you need to write, that will certainly help you to follow the right pattern and avoid any silly mistakes. So just don't be silly in your IELTS writing. Be very alert, be very mindful, and as well as be well prepared. So don't take it too lightly. You got to be well prepared. In IELTS especially, even though you would be having a good English and you speak very well, you write well, but in order to score well in IELTS, you have to understand what they are looking from you. What is the criteria for assessment? You have to understand that extremely well. So I have linked below in the description the IELTS writing criteria public version. So it gives you an idea of what criteria they are looking for. And I will be making another video very soon, which would talk about the IELTS writing, the top tips that you need to follow. In my description, I've also given the link to my video on the IELTS overview, in which I do explain briefly about what the IELTS writing section comprises of and what criteria you need to be mindful. So please ensure to stay tuned or look at the videos which I have linked below. Alright friends, so with that we come to an end of another video from IELTS Grammar, and I really enjoy and love making these videos for you guys, and I look forward to hearing from you as well. Please let me know in the comments below if you want me to make videos on any specific topics that you're struggling with or you need help with, and I'll be more than happy to extend myself and do that service for you. Now, before I go, just one request again, please ensure to hit the like button and also the subscribe button, and stay tuned for all my regular updates. And once again, all the best on your IELTS journey. I wish you all the luck. Prepare well, and that will bring out amazing results for you. Thank you.